Tisha was doing a lot this episode.
Call daddy, tell him 25 got it. Call daddy, tell him 25 got it. Call daddy, tell him 25
What's good, everybody? Thank you all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate the love and support. We are here today to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 10, Episode 4. And the name of the episode is called COWBOYS and NDA'S. Y'all know I'm a sensitive Cancer, and this episode really had me crying. And I can't believe I'm crying. And I hope I don't cry on this video with talking about it, because I just don't know. I just felt emotional. But let's go ahead and get into the review. So the episode picked up where we left off in episode 3. It was all of the Scotts. And by the Scotts, I mean Marsau, Latisha, Maurice, and Kimmi. And so they're still talking about Jalen, and Jalen feel like he was being treated like a stepchild. And Marsau tells Maurice that Monster is the golden child. And Kimmi was like, yeah, he is golden. And Marsau say, absolutely. And I gotta say, and I'm just being honest with you, I would feel a certain type of way if I'm Maurice or Kaya was. And this is why I don't really deal with no ready-made families, right? Because with Kimmi and doing what Kimmi is doing around here and with Monster, it's almost like it seems like you got this ill will in your heart towards my child because you think that Maurice is favoring. You get what I'm saying? And I know Marsau love him, but I just feel like that there is a way, or I just feel like it's probably some chatter and stuff going in the background about Monster, because y'all do feel like that Maurice treats him like a golden child. But everybody agrees that Jalen is treated like a stepchild. And Maurice says that he treated Jalen like the way that they was raised. And then what I'm noticing is that Maurice is trying to take credit for raising him, but the boy was 13 when you met him. When you met him at 13, that boy was already grown. As some of y'all know, my father went to prison when I was very young, and I was 11 when he got out of jail, 11 going on 12. And I always tell people that I was grown when my daddy got out of jail, right? At 11, and me being the oldest child, we knew how to watch ourselves at 11. When I was 11 years old, I couldn't cook a full meal per se, right? But I knew how to get in the kitchen and make something to eat until my mama came home. I knew how to make some noodles. We knew how to make hot dogs and wieners. We knew how to make noodles and wieners. We knew how to feed ourselves until my mama got home, or we ate leftovers, or we waited until she came home for her to cook. We knew how to clean up for ourselves. We knew how to read. There was nothing that my daddy could have really taught us with him coming home at 11. Now, maybe he could teach me how to change a tire or certain stuff like that. But for the most part, I was already grown. We were grown kids. We grew up in the hood. We were not those kids who don't know that just are ill-informed or just don't know nothing. We weren't no sheltered kids like that. We knew how to you got some kids that know how to catch. In Houston, we got Metro. You got some kids that know how to catch Metro. We were not by themselves, right? My mother, every morning, she wasn't able to drop us off at the school. Sometimes we had to walk to school, right? Our school was in our neighborhood, we could walk to school. My mom could trust that we could walk to school and make it by ourselves. She knew that we wasn't gonna get in no car with no stranger and stuff like that. We were grown. I think that Jalen turning out as a great kid is a testament to Kimmi and not Maurice. I remember before I stopped watching the show, something had happened, and Kimmi had told Maurice, well, I actually raised a young Black man, and my son actually graduated from college, so I know things about raising a young Black man.
Well, look how she ate that.
Because I actually raised one. It was something that had to do with Monster, but I don't remember. Anyway, Maurice said that, the golden child doesn't have a car. Monster don't need a goddamn car. Wasn't he smoking with cigarettes in middle school?
Oh my God.
Wasn't he smoking with cigarettes in middle school? I will never forget that. If he was smoking with cigarettes in middle school, ain't no telling what he'd do if he had access to a car. Shit, he'll probably be selling Lucy's. He'd probably be selling Lucy's for 50 cents if you gave him a car. And that's what it was. Now that I think about it, that had to be what it was. Maurice didn't tell Kimmi that Monster was smoking with cigarettes in middle school. He got caught in middle school smoking with cigarettes. And if I'm not mistaken, that was like the first or second year when he had moved over there to Maurice. If I'm Kyle, baby, what's going on? Where did he get the cigarettes? Where did he get the cigarettes? Baby, I'm moving my son back to Detroit. I don't let my son come over here and he's smoking with cigarettes, picked up a cigarette habit.
Hell no.
Marceau says, Maurice, maybe you need to step back and look and make sure that the feelings that you have are conveyed. Just because you have them don't mean you're showing them. Love is part feeling and part action. And that is the truth. And Maurice looked at him and said, the love is there. And the look that he gave, I felt like that he was trying to convince Marceau or convince us. And the look that he gave at that moment, I didn't buy it.
I'm sorry. I have to be honest about it.
And I'm sorry. I got to tell you how I feel. When he said that to me, I didn't buy it. Maurice ended up telling Marceau, he's not getting raised like we did. But nigga, you just said that you raised him the way y'all being raised. He said, I didn't get the things that he got. And you didn't, Maurice, because I believe that with you didn't get the things that he got. Because if I remember correctly, I believe your mama, y'all grew up like the Jacksons or something. It's 11 or 12 of y'all.
Oh my God.
Kimmi only had one child. And you didn't get the things that he got. It was because Kimmi wasn't going to allow her son to go without. And she wasn't going to allow you to stop her from doing what she had to do to make sure her son was successful or to guide him into success. Because if she would have let you do that, that would have made her a sorrier bitch. Is sorry a word? It would have made her a sorrier bitch. Because she already a sorry bitch for letting you mistreat him.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Be very clear.
But if she would have allowed you to stop her from making sure her son was a success or guiding him into adulthood, that would have made her a sorrier bitch. If she would have make her abandon her child because he a man or he a boy and he need to get it out the mud. Then we got Ken and Tricia. She having a photo shoot for her 38th birthday. She's naming it the 38th special. Why is Ken in a photo shoot for your birthday, Latricia? Why is he in the photos? See, this is the problem. Ken is invited and involved in shit he shouldn't be in. Now, if he was there for emotional support, I get it. Maybe if he was there and he took a picture or two that they had for their own collection, I get it. But Latricia didn't take not one photo by herself. Not one. And then the photo shoot looks so country ass plain Jane from Huntsville, Alabama. When I see on my reality shows, when I watch reality shows, I want to see Fab. I didn't see Fab with nothing over there with this photo shoot. Country ass photos from Alabama. They had a conversation and they said after the divorce, they're not gonna have to deal with Marquez anymore. What about the children? What about the children? What about the children? Latricia would have to deal with that man for the rest of their life. They got 2 kids together. At least as long as the kids want to have dealings with their daddy. They gonna see each other at weddings. They gonna see each other when the grandkids get born. They can see each other at birthday parties, graduations. They gonna see each other at all that. So it's not gonna stop because they got a divorce. It's not gonna stop. He may not have to come in the house. I mean, it's not gonna. That's not gonna stop. And I feel like Ken, you're just. And I think that Ken is a handsome man, but he just as dumb as a box of rocks. That's not gonna happen. Kyle and Maurice still deal with each other. They have a child together. What do you mean it's gonna stop? You're gonna have to deal with them forever. If Xavier get arrested, Latricia and Marquez gonna trying to come up with bail money. I mean, they're gonna have to deal with each other whether they like it or not. That's what happens when you have a child with somebody. Then we got the Scott brothers and they meet up with Jalen. Now, Marceau and Jalen are there first by themselves. Catch that? Did you catch that? The real father figure. I really do think that Maurice's feelings are hurt. He knows that he treated Jalen like a stepchild, but his feelings are hurt because Jalen found a father figure in Marceau. And I think that now he feels regret because there is something that he could have done better. That my brother, who was not in the household with us, that you found a father figure in him and you didn't find a father figure in me. And also the manhood of it. What type of man has a child in their house and that child can't look up to them as a father figure or something, a man or somebody who I want to aspire to be, or showing me how to be a man? You didn't really show him how to be a man. That's what I think that he's being attacked about. So then they get to talking about Jalen investment property. Marceau says, you haven't come over to see the investment property. Maurice said that he hadn't came over to see the investment property because he wasn't invited over there. And Jalen wants to do it on his own and doesn't want his input. And see, that's the stepchild approach. Because if Monster was doing it, he would be all up and through that house. The same way I'm sure that Kimmi is all up and through that house and making sure that Jalen is doing this the correct way. You ain't got to listen to everything that I say needs to be done, but we going to make sure that you're doing it the right way. I think that with Jalen, he feels that way because to Jalen, all he probably ever received from Maurice is criticism. A lot of people who are not your parents always want to criticize or chastise you when you're messing up. But when you're actually doing good, they're on mute and they don't really have nothing to say to you. When you acting bad, your mama want to whoop you, your daddy want to whoop you, your grandmother want to whoop you, your auntie and uncle want to whoop you. But when you make the dean's list or when you make the honor rolls, the only person that's coming out their pocket or that's really congratulating you is your mommy and your daddy. I'm not saying that every time you make the dean's list and the honor roll that you need to get something, but I feel like that if you're going to try to chastise a person or a kid or punish a kid, when they do good, you also need to let them know that they did good too and that you're proud of them. And I think that with Jalen, he probably felt nothing but criticism coming from Maurice. Then they talked about the family business, and he said that it's going to be treated like a dictatorship. And he said that means that you treat people that's close to you well, but the further away, the worse of the treatment. And he said that he felt like the pecking order is Kimmi, then Monster, then Jalen. Listen, this is why I don't believe in a ready-made family. If I'm Kyle, if I sent my child over here to live with you, I need my child to come before Kimmi.
I don't give a fuck what y'all saying. I don't give a fuck what y'all saying at all.
But it's gonna be a whole bunch. I can already see y'all with y'all fingers now in the comment section right now saying, no. I'm just saying for me and my child, I want my child to come. Listen, I don't know if I'll be able. Just don't let me hear no questions or nothing answered like that, and I'll be good. Let me just thank my child coming before Kimmi. Because my child I believe that my child in my house, we both putting the kids first. And in my opinion, Maurice says that he sees Jalen and Monster the same. There is no way Maurice can make me believe that he sees Monster and Jalen as the same. I'm sorry. There is no way. There is no way Kimmi can make me believe that she sees Jalen and Monster as the same. The only person who can convince me is that they probably see a person as their child on this show is Ken. Because Ken doesn't have a child.
You childless whore.
But I think the difference is that Kimmi treats Monster and Jalen as they are the same. She don't see them as the same, but she treats them as the same. Meaning if she tired, coming home from work, and Monster is hungry, and she don't feel like getting up and cooking, she gonna get up and cook because that's what she'll do for her child. She's not gonna say, well, go in there and make some, figure it out. That's like an example. She gonna look out for him like she will look out for her child. And I think that's what Maurice isn't getting. Because you telling me that you see Jalen and Monster is the same, it's making you look even worse because I know you lying. I know you lying. Nobody can make me believe that. Now, maybe if he had been raising a child since he was little, but you're not going to tell me that you met that a child that you done raised since they was a baby. And then some child that you just met when he was 13 years old. Now, you ain't going to make me believe that. But what made me cry and had tears in my eyes is that Maurice apologized. He said he didn't mean and he doesn't want him to feel that way. And I do think that when he said that, it was sincere. And he said that he sees him and Monster as the same. I don't agree with that, but he told him to feel free to ask of him as he is Monster. And I really do believe that he meant that. I do feel like that he do, like I told y'all before, I do think that he is sorry for treating him like a stepchild. And he apologized for doing it in the past, and he apologized for doing it in the future. I do believe that he is sorry for that. I really do believe that. But he's not gonna ever make me believe that he see him and Monster as the same. I made it, y'all. I didn't cry, but I did cry. I did. Some tears welled up in my eyes when I seen that, because it's a touchy situation being a stepdad or a step parent, because you don't want to overstep like Ken is doing, in my opinion. I think Ken is overstepping, but you don't want to overstep, and you don't want to be too standoffish either. And so I almost feel like that when you're a step parent, you got to have the child telling them, "I'm your bonus dad. I'm not trying to take your daddy place, but I'm here to be your daddy, and I'm going to treat you like my child while you here. And if I'm doing too much, just let me know and I can step off a little bit." You know, you probably got to have those conversations with him. I can tell it made Jalen uncomfortable. He's probably not used to seeing Maurice in that light. But again, if I'm Kyle, I'm just being real with you. If I'm Kyle and I heard him say that, ask of me as if he Monster, and I love y'all the same, I would be pissed. Pissed. We then found out that Jalen accepted the position for the job in Colorado. He's going to be moving and starting at the end of the month, but the pay is not the pay that he wants. Next, we got Nell and Tricia. Nell owns a daycare. I didn't know that Nell's on the daycare. I don't think I'm not. Can we have real talk? I don't think I'm sending my kids over there to Nell daycare. She don't. I don't. You know, I don't know, y'all. But Trisha's party. Now she said it was a 38 special, but now she's saying it's the Dukes and Boots thing. Anyway, Nell feels like there's a double standard with Latisha when it comes to their relationship. She feels like that she wants them to share the intimate details of their relationship, and she doesn't have to. And she said that Tisha is never transparent. I feel like that Tisha feels like since Melody is not on the show anymore, that she is pulling rank. She feels like I'm an OG on this show, and so I'm going to ask y'all what I think that I should be asking y'all, and y'all better not ask me nothing because I'm an OG.
And bitch, who? Who?
Tricia said, "Do you think that Latisha talked to her husband about that interview?" You damn right. I think she talked to him.
You damn right. You damn right.
You damn right. Tricia, girl, you know damn well she talked to him. Tricia said that she feels like they're guarded and bothered because they both had the conversation. Girl, them people had the girl. We'll get on that later. We're gonna talk about that later.
You won't talk about this again before I leave here.
Next, we got Martell and his mama. He said that he's moving Ariana to the investment property. Remember, I wasn't clear. I wasn't clear on whether he was. I thought that when he was talking to Destiny, he wasn't really clear on whether he was moving her to the investment property or not, or he was going to move her in with him. But he said that they're going to be moving Ariana and the kids into the investment property. So they're not moving in together. He said that he can't move her in until he put a ring on her finger.
Nigga, please.
If she's not moving in with you, it's probably because you messing with some other women around Huntsville and you don't want her in. This ring bullshit that you talking about, trying to make yourself seem like a good guy, I'm not buying it. I ain't buying it because we seen what happened to the last woman who you put a ring on it with.
Oh my God.
Miss Marlene said it took her a minute to adjust to Ariana because she felt like Melody was her family. And I do believe that from Miss Marlene, because I remember when Martell told her that she had got Ariana pregnant. I remember Miss Marlene was over there crying. She was. I remember that. Martell, I get these names are so a tongue twister for me. Martell said that he doesn't look like Ariana, or he doesn't think that Ariana came through and destroyed anything. No, she didn't. She didn't destroy anything. You did, and I'm glad that you can take accountability for that. But I do think that with some women, they're going to always look at Ariana as if she came through and destroyed something. But the only person that could have destroyed their marriage was Martell. Ariana didn't have a ring. He did. So I don't get what Nell was trying to do by making it seem like that she didn't want to be seen in pictures with Ariana or nothing like that. Girl, if you could be seen with Martell, you could be seen with Ariana. Then her mama asked about Marceau. He said they hadn't talked. He said that before he put that video out, he had hoped that Marceau had called him and apologized, but he never did. So he put the video out. Now the video, or from my understanding, from what I've been seeing on social media, I believe that the video that came out was latisha on Carlos King saying that Martell was gay or was messing with niggas. You know, nowadays niggas don't say that he probably called it doing Martell. Nowadays people be messing with the same sex or doing all kind of everything, and they say, oh, they don't want to put a label on it. They just say I was just doing Martell. So Latisha said that he was messing with me, and he probably called it doing Martell, and he was expecting Marceau to call him and apologize. But why would they apologize if what Tisha was saying? Tisha was saying that was fact, that she knew that for a fact that he was out there messing with me. So why would they call you and apologize over something that's true? Because I knew I wouldn't call and apologize for something that I knew that was true.
I'm never going to apologize. Never going to apologize, comma. Never going to apologize, comma. Never going to apologize, semicolon. Never going to apologize, explanation point. It's not going to happen.
But he said they never did. She said somebody always messing with you.
Yeah, okay.
Next, we are at the 38th special party. Everybody come in. I finally see Lance. Now, is it Lance or Lance? Because when they said his name, it was Lance. So I don't know. I heard somebody say Lance, so I'm going to say Lance. Trisha ended up coming in. Her outfit was cute. But I must say, Trisha is very plain Jane for reality TV. You know what I'm saying? And the wig that she had on when she came over there to Nell office was tragic, child. The men and the women ended up separating. Then Tisha started it off. Tisha asked what was up with Latricia and Ken. She said, I feel like that you got one foot in and one foot out. And she was like, no, I couldn't really hear what she said. But Nell ended up saying, well, no, she said that she's ready to get married. I wanted to hear her say it out her mouth because for some reason, something about Tricia to me is a little off-putting to me. It's something about her. It's just something about her. I don't know what to say. It's something about her that I just don't trust. Then we got the men. Marceau ended up asking Ken about Marquez, and they said, well, Ken, you are the bad guy. They are still married. If something happened to Trish, they will call Marquez.
Don't you guys? I said it.
And those are facts. And I told y'all that last week in the comments section. Y'all was telling me that I was wrong. That's the truth, baby. Then this nigga got the stuttering and shit. Nigga, he got the stuttering because he know he looks stupid and he's trying to build up this narrative in his mind that he knows it is not true. Then Ken got on a confessional and said the last two who need to be speaking about relationships is them. But when did you decide that? When they told you what you didn't want to hear? Because 2 weeks ago, you and Latricia had sat down and was seeking advice from Kimmi and Maurice because they've been through what you was going through. What you and Latricia was over here going through. And even at the dinner, you got upset at Maurice because Maurice said at the end of the day that those are the kids' fathers. That's the truth, baby. Baby, you could pick them up from school. You could buy them their first car. You could take that girl to the father and daughter's dance. That's their daddy, and you can't. That's their daddy. Ain't nothing you can do about it. That's their daddy. Then we get back over here to the women. Nell said that she doesn't feel like Latisha and Kimmi are transparent. She said, y'all asked me about my family. Y'all asked me about my grandkids. And Tisha said, and we will.
Wait a minute.
Tisha is feeling herself, baby. And she said, well, I need y'all to be transparent when it comes to talking about y'all's lives. And she said the Martell interview, that wasn't transparent. And Latisha rolled her eyes. Kimmi said, I didn't watch the full interview.
Bitch, you're lying.
Latisha said that she didn't watch any of it.
Bitch, you're lying.
Latisha ended up saying, y'all feel like I'm not being transparent because we're not talking about what y'all want us to talk about. I'm not going to talk about infidelity in my marriage if I haven't dealt with infidelity in my marriage. But they're not asking you to speak on infidelity in your marriage. But in full transparency, if I ask you what happened when that video came out, what was the temperature in your household when that video dropped between you and your husband, I expect you to answer the question. It could be as simple as I didn't watch it and my husband didn't watch it. We know it's a lie. But what did Marceau say about it when you brought it to his attention? Do Marceau even know about the video? There's no way you could make me believe that Marceau don't know about the video. There was something that happened when the video came out where you knew about the video and he knew about the video. And there was some type of conversation that had with the both of y'all about the video. And we just want to know what the conversation was. That is full transparency. Am I tripping? That you can't convince me that when that video dropped, that you and him just never said nothing about it. There's no way that happened. With Tisha, you know, she weak as tissue. I believe that she probably didn't watch the video because she's a person who don't want to see it. She don't want to know about it because I heard her say she's not leaving. She don't want to leave and raise some kids by herself. But there is trust and believe, there is a conversation that was had between them when that video came out. And it could have been as simple as, y'all both could have said that, you know that nigga lying, you believe that shit? That could have been as simple as that. You could just tell us that and that would be full transparency. But if you haven't dealt with infidelity in your marriage, or you don't think that you dealt with infidelity in your marriage, who are we to tell you that you did? But I just want to know what was the tone or what was the temperature in your household when it happened? Or what did y'all say to each other when the video dropped? Who told him? Matter of fact, let me know who told him the video dropped. And how did he find out the video dropped, and how did you find out the video dropped? That's full transparency. Then Latisha deflects. She did deflect. She started talking about some stuff about Chris in the streets. And she said, I didn't bring it up because I don't know. But girl, there's a video of a woman being interviewed by Martell and his baby mama. You know? And that's a video on the World Wide Web, girl, that you didn't even watch. Tricia said that she's transparent, and then they showed a montage of her with Martell. So I guess there's some tea there. From what I could gather from the clip, it wasn't clear if she knew Martell or not. I take it that she probably was messing with Martell before.
You nasty.
I don't know. Did Melody know that she was messing with Martell before they joined her on the show? So then we get over here to the men. And Marceau is looking up. I could look at Marceau and tell that he's drunk. He said there's a rumor going around that me and Maurice have young ladies signing NDA'S. And so then Ken friend asked, have y'all ever had a woman sign an NDA? And he was like, hell no. And he said, if you ask them to sign an NDA, do you think that's going to stop them? Are y'all paying attention to what's going on? For some reason, it sounds to me, I don't know if y'all picking up on it, but I ain't slow. It sounds to me like they admitted that they're cheated. They just never asked a woman to sign an NDA. That's what it sounds like to me. Could you imagine a country ass nigga from Huntsville, Alabama, nothing ass nigga asking you to sign an NDA? Could you imagine? That's why I think that y'all ain't asking nobody, because y'all ain't really nobody. The women that y'all cheating with don't probably don't even know if they on reality TV. Then Ken sitting up here talking about, I would much rather be dealing with a married woman than be dealing with this shit right here.
Sit your ass down.
Nigga, you the one that need to be signing an NDA. Your bitch is married.
You's a stupid motherfucker.
So then Marceau say, I heard that my man Fletcher's been going around saying that me and Marceau told Martell to get chicks to sign an NDA. And then they rolled that beautiful bean footage. And he did, I couldn't really tell the context of what Chris was saying. He did say the NDA that sounded like Martell or Marceau, but he denies it. He said that y'all got the whole story wrong. He said, what did he say? He said that Martell said to get a girl to sign an NDA, you don't have to worry about that. And he said, I don't know, you talking lawyer talk, you need to talk to Maurice or Marceau. I don't really know if that is really what was said. Again, I don't know the context of it, but it does. I did hear from what from what Chris Fletch said, I did hear NDA Maurice Marceau. So I don't really know what context he was speaking in. And I don't even really know, to be honest with you, I don't even know who he was sitting at the table with. So I don't really know what's going on. So then we got Kimmi, and she's upset. Kimmi is saying nobody can give me an example of me not being transparent. Again, what happened with you and Maurice when the video dropped? What was the temperature in y'all household, right? Did the nigga sleep on the couch for a week? Did he look at the girl and laugh? Did you show him the girl? Because you said that you didn't see the whole thing, but you did bring it to him. What did he say about the girl? Because you told us that you saw it and you didn't believe it. But what did you say to him when you saw the video? That is being transparent. Nobody is saying that you have to believe it, but we just want to know how dumb you is, bitch. That's all we want to know. We just want to laugh at you and see how dumb you is. Nell said, Maurice having women signing NDAs. Tish said, well, maybe we should go and ask him. He's here. Maybe we should go ask him. I don't know if y'all seen it or not, but I pay attention to what's going on. I don't be having my phone in my hand when I'm watching these shows. Kimmi did not want to get up and go over there. Did y'all catch that? Kimmi didn't want to get over there and go ask Maurice no shit like that. I don't care what y'all say. To me, Tisha and Kimmi know that they niggas are cheating. They just ain't leaving. And Kimmi ain't leaving. The nigga is over here abusing her child. The nigga's over here mistreating and abusing her child, and she still ain't left. So you know she ain't leaving just because the nigga cheating. Because baby, if somebody abused my child, I'm out the door. Now Tisha did get over here. She got drunk. Tisha is a bit tipsy. She got drunk and she did get a bit fly with Chris. Okay, she was pointing fingers and loud talking. And Nell was like, wait a minute, girl, get your liquor courage in your hand. Get your liquor courage hands out his face. Is she saying liquor or liquid? And Nell keep on saying this liquor courage when she refers to latisha. And I don't know how y'all feel, but to me it sounds like she calling Tisha a punk ass bitch. Like, girl, you wouldn't be getting this fly and with your hand up and talking this shit to me or my nigga if you were sober. You know what it is. That's what I get from Nell, is what she trying to say when she keep on saying liquid courage. Because you know Tisha ain't too bright. She got a lot of degrees. What Martell say, she's the smartest, dumbest person you ever met.
Attending a birthday party.
She ain't too bright. So then Tisha tells Chris to come sit on the stage. You know, she thinks she's in a piece. She thinks she need leads. And he say, I don't report the latisha. And then Marceau is in a confessional. He say, Tisha got a problem talking to other husbands and treating other husbands. And he said, yeah, they are husbands, but they're not her husbands. Well, that's a problem that you need to talk to your wife with, because that's a problem.
She's out of line. When you can tell your wife she's out of line.
That's a problem. And so Tisha is still locked in. You said NDA and you called my husband name. I'm gonna ask you. You said it. What you gonna say? You said it. And he said, me and your husband already talked about it. And then Marceau was like, Scott, time out. And he said, time out. And he went to Latisha and he whispered in her ear. And he said, we already talked about it. And she was like, what'd he say? And he said, I'll tell you later. It was chopped and screwed. To me, Marceau has some type of control because Tisha is bothered by what Chris said. And she wanted the explanation. I don't need you to come over here and mansplain and dress it up. She wanted to hear what Chris said. And to me, I feel like they niggified it up. They mansplained the shit away, and now they're trying to give Chris grace because that's what they said. We're gonna give him grace. I can't really tell you the context of it, but to me, they mansplained it, and now since Marceau is saying that everything is good, now everything is good. But Tisha is still bothered by it because she knows deep down in her heart that man has cheated on her before. Now, did he get somebody to sign an NDA? But you can't tell me that Marceau ain't cheated on this woman before. Ever. You can't tell me that. And you can't tell me that she don't know it. She knows it. She probably just can't prove it. Or he probably told her something different and she believes in what he's saying. But she knows deep down in her heart. I wonder what her daughter's gonna get when they get older, what they're gonna think of her. Because I'm sure we'll talk. Okay. I may have to take that up out of here. Then Chris got in a confessional, baby. Chris say Marceau came and stopped her. Although it took him some time, that was probably a good idea. And Nell said that's the best thing he could have done because I'm fed up. I say, baby.
What you gonna do?
My God. But yeah, I do think that Tisha is really feeling herself. She feel like she an OG on this show and she running stuff over here. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that Tisha feel like that she gets special treatment because she an OG? And did y'all believe the apology that Maurice gave Jalen? I really did believe the apology. It brought tears to my eyes because he humbled himself enough to apologize to him. But he could never make me believe. I believe the apology, but he could never make me believe that him and that he see Jalen and Monster the same. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Again, thank y'all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate the love and support, and I'll see y'all later. Adios.
Call daddy, tell him 25 got it. Call daddy, tell him 25 got it. Call daddy, tell him 25 got it.